My name is Jeff Nash. I'm the Executive Director of Habilitat Incorporated on the island of Oahu. So Habilitat is a long-term residential therapeutic community. Basically, it is a recovery community for people that have become involved with substance use and, in most cases, court affiliation because they committed crimes associated with their drug use. Unlike most of the programs in the country, Habilitat is a 30-month-long live-in experience. A lot of people come to us and they really don't have any workforce skills. They don't have the skill set necessary to go earn a living and pay their bills. So we have programs in place that train people, and then we connect them with employers so that they can get a job. We've been doing this since 1971. We're one of the oldest treatment programs in the state of Hawaii. And according to some judges and politicians, we are the gold standard when it comes to treatment because we're not treating just a substance use issue, we're kind of treating the whole person. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I ran into the Souzas at the airport, and that's really where the idea was born, that Saving Hawaii's Forest and Habilitat were going to partner together. And we started talking, and the next year, we ended up sending a group out here to basically do ranch work and reforestation. So it was a real win-win for everybody involved. We got to come and do some hard work, but we also got to learn about the biodiversity of Hawaii's forest, and we've been doing this for the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that. So it's a good thing. So I've had multiple people come experience this. Some of them have been able to come more than once. And what it's done is it's given people a glimpse of possibilities. So even on this trip, one of the gentlemen got to operate one of the big tractor machines, and he said, wow, I think maybe this is something that I want to look forward to in the future. When people are recovering from substance use, often they're hopeless. You know, they've lost hope. They don't really see a way out. They don't see a direction that they can go, and they don't have a whole lot of vision for their future. So when we do things like this, it opens the mind to what could be. One of the more profound experiences that happens here is we get to take a walk in a already established biodiverse forest. And then we move around into areas that have been clear-cut to raise cattle, and those areas are being turned back into forest. And, you know, most people would think, oh, okay, well, you just plant trees. Well, you know, we've learned that it's not quite that simple. There's a lot of different things that go into recreating a biodiverse forest. And the very first time that we came here, we were taken out into a field and basically shown how to plant trees.
So I'm just checking again, like how Kristen is saying. And what I'm checking for is to make sure that a pot is going to fit nicely. And it's still a little too small, so I'm going to open it up a little bit more.
And then we were set loose to go out into the fields and start planting trees. And there's certainly a parallel. People come to us and their lives are a bit of a mess. They're a bit without direction. And when they come to the forest, we're planting in areas that are kind of similar. So they come to Habilitat to renew themselves. And there's certainly parallels to when you plant a tree, you are reclaiming the forest just like people are reclaiming their lives. You are setting a new direction for the forest, especially if you do enough of it. I've actually had some of my students talk about it being a little bit of a spiritual experience.
That's pretty cool. What are the chances, yeah?
Right? Perfect spot.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're creating life, and not only are we creating life, but we're kind of attempting to make right some things that were done wrong many years ago. Obviously, that's something that we want to be involved with. Let's make things right with our forest. Let's make things right with our Aina, and let's make things right with each other.